Good morning, everybody. This is Mike from LivingFit, and we are here at the Fit Body Boot Camp in North Bethesda. We're going to be going through some of our fundamentals lifts right now. It's going to be freaking fantastic. My buddy Wendy, who is the owner here, with her buddy Jim over there, they are actually hiding right now. Jim's not. Wendy is like totally like, I'm not here. Stick your head in there, give a wave. What's up? All right, cool. So, all right, everybody, yeah! All right, awesome. So, where we're going to be going right in today, we're going to be going through the kettlebell fundamentals lifts today. It's going to be about a 2-hour clinic. Get a bell, have some fun. Please troll me. I love that. It makes me happy. It's the best. All right. So these guys are beginner lifters. Some of them are intermediate lifters. We're going to be having a little bit of a good time. My back's going to be to you because I care about them. And as much as I love you guys, they're way, way, way more important to me right now. So awesome. All righty. So as I just said, my name is Mike Silverman. I'm a LivingFit Master Coach. I'm also a trainer here in the area. And I coach for the District Kettlebell Association, which is a competition league. We are literally a beer league. The prize for winning a lift is a 6-pack. That is actually the prize. It's in the rules. I wrote the rules. Trust me on this one. There will be beer. So today we're going to be going through the Kettlebell Fundamentals program. It's a LivingFit program. It is a modified version of our base textbook online, as well as some of our instructor development stuff. What I want you guys to do is make sure that the bells you have in front of you stay policed up, that we stay in lane so that we don't have any sort of a kettlebell accident, and that we don't have anybody feeling like they are married to a specific kettlebell. That is totally, totally fine. These are not your spouses. If you need to change bells, put it back in the pit, go over, totally good. Just for everybody's safety and because we like to keep things light, if I see something that is super unsafe, having the kettlebell will come out and let you know that there is, in fact, something that is of concern. If you see happy, that means something is unhappy, right? So do not see happy the kettlebell today, all right? Happy means bad. So let's go ahead and talk about a handful of basic things. When you are generally doing kettlebell lifting, one of the very first things that you want to pay attention to is your feet. Why? All force starts from the ground. All lifting starts from the ground. I do not suggest that when you're doing kettlebell lifting in general, you wear big, squishy, high-impact shoes, right? Runners are not your friends. You don't want that 16, 12-millimeter marshmallows with laces kind of feeling. You want to be close to the ground. There's like, this floor is pretty padded already. There is not a lot of need for impact protection. So for me, I generally tend to wear flat shoes, so like Vivos, Zeros, things along those lines, typically where you want to be. As far as some of the other things, when we are picking up and putting down kettlebells, they are always the heaviest freaking thing you have ever lifted in your life until proven otherwise. Which means you don't go over and like, whatever, right? We respect weight. Every single time you pick up a bell today, you will pick that bell up as safely as you possibly can every single time. The one time you don't, your back will remind you, all right? Usually once. So don't do it. Let's talk for just a second about hand care. You will get calluses lifting kettlebells. In general, I do not recommend gloves. They mess with your grip. And the reason for it is because you can't feel the bell as well, and you start to actually have traction across your hand when you don't necessarily want it. You will, however, develop calluses. As you do that, sandpaper is your friend, emery boards are your friend, blades are not. All right? So definitely rough them up a little bit. Polish them down, make them beautiful, use a little lotion, all right? You know, have your product. I like a little product in my life, right? All right, it's cool. So make sure that you are absolutely doing that. Make sure you're setting rational limits, both today as well as any time you're lifting. If you know you are not a 32-kilo double overhead bell lifter, leave them on the rack, all right? Leave them on the rack. Work to your skill, not chasing weight. Chasing weight is absolutely the dumbest thing you can possibly do, especially when you're dealing with a ballistic weight like a kettlebell, where that thing is in motion. Dynamic weights lifted irresponsibly make for very bad days and very rich chiropractors. All right, I have a very good friend, Bobby Massafari. If you need him, he's a wonderful chiro. He would just as soon, however, never see you. All right, I'm thinking we're probably already putting his kids through college. It's great. All right, finally, as a safety thing, do not do it for the ground. All right, I know that's kind of funny seeing as we're actually live streaming right now, but don't do your kettlebell lifting for an Instagram audience. That's you guys. All right, so don't be sitting there juggling bells, throwing stuff overhead if you're not really skilled in doing that. Don't be sitting there doing push-ups over broken glass. Yes, I have actually seen it. All right, I'm not even going to name Michael who did that, but it was just don't do dumb stuff with the ground, right? Lift safely, lift responsibly. The running joke with a really good workout is same shit, different shirt. All right, really good workouts are not that exciting to watch, right? They're really not. They're really fun to do. They shouldn't be there for your entertainment, right? So lift safely, lift smartly, lift responsibly, lift within your breath and your overall safety. So let's go ahead and start talking about breathing for just a second here. I want to go ahead and get everybody sort of tuned up. Where we don't want to be breathing is up in the top of our chest when we're dealing with kettlebells, right? So what we're going to be working on today right now initially is diaphragmatic breathing. So I want everybody to take their hands and wrap them around just under your rib cage, thumbs on the back. You should be sort of wrapped around your obliques, and you should be feeling right now as you pull down through your belly, as you come right on out. Okay, I want you to go ahead and inhale and exhale about 10 times, trying to inflate 360 degrees around your midsection. And for most people, I recommend you do this through your nose. It enables you to give a little bit of control. Let's make it weird. All right. Are we breathing? Let's be breathing. Belly breathing. Absolutely. Belly breathing. Yep. Have a little bit of fun, right? Make it weird. All right. Let's have a little bit of fun. All right. If you are not having fun with fitness, you are doing it 100% the wrong way. Coming from here, what I want to go ahead and get everybody squared away to start working on some footwork. Come on down to a half kneeling position. Put your hands right back there. Anchor your feet into the ground just a second. And work on that belly breathing. You'll feel it's a little bit different as your hip changes position, right? So as you're now down on the ground, you're going to feel that might be a little bit different than when you're standing. That's totally fine. All right? As we go through today, I really want you to sort of focus on that belly breathing and concentrating on thinking 360 degrees around your core. From here, since we are down on knees, let's go ahead and work on a little bit of footwork. Let's get that front foot really screwed into the ground. When I say screw it in, I'm talking really like it's on a ratchet. Screw it in. The back foot, I want you into the ball of your foot. Not up on your toes, not up on your shoelaces. The ball of your foot. Really bend that foot. It's going to become real evident real quick as to why I'm telling you guys this. Now from right here, I want you to take that front foot, load it forward by pushing through the back foot, 90 degrees, shorten them up around here just a little bit. And I want your feet to fight. I want your feet to fight so hard that you come up off the floor just a little bit because you're nothing but your legs, and then back down. Make your feet fight up, and back down. And you should feel those quads letting up, shorten your shanks. There you go, yep. Everything's starting to wake up just a little bit. Push, push, push. There you go. Drive, drive, drive. Not quite so high, Jim. More tension. Make your legs sing just ever so little bit. Make your feet fight. All right, so that front one is warm. Great. Let's switch sides and do it again. Let's get the other side. Make your feet fight. Really root those feet into the ground. Screw them in. Let's go ahead and make sure that you are right here. Ball of your foot should be your contact point on the back. There you go, there you go, there. Hold, and down. The reason that we pay attention to this is because you want to be able to transfer power into the ground first and foremost. Hi there.
Hello.
First and foremost, really be able to drive that power into the ground. Everybody come on up 1 inch and hold it there. Hold, 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 hold. Hold. Find your legs. Find your legs. Switch legs. Do it on the other side. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
Warm up.
Just warming up.
Just warming up. I promise it is not that bad. All right. Now from here we want to go ahead and start to get our midsection, our upper body into the game a little bit. So from here, go ahead and come back down. All right, so from right here, we're going to go ahead and modify this out a little bit to go ahead and get our midsection and our upper body in the game. Come on down to all fours. I love it. The floor makes noise when you smack it. That's kind of great. All right, back up on all fours, and then into that bear pose. 1 inch off, push right through your hands, right through your feet, right through your hands, right through your feet, max tension, max tension, max tension. Find your calves, find your shoulders, find your core. Knees 1 inch off the ground. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Down. One more time. Up we go, and up. Push, 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 push. And what I want you to concentrate on doing is putting force through both your palms and your balls of your feet at the exact same time. Push, 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 push. And down. And one last time. Up we go. And down. All right, while we're down here, and you let everything go ahead and recuperate for just a second, we're going to take you into one last mobilization. We're going to take that bear, and we're going to turn it into Happy's plank. So from right here, we're going to come back on both feet, drive through, and then lift one foot. Push, 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 hard as you can. Max tension right through your hat, right through your leg, right through your hands. Brace, 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 brace. And down, switch legs. You should be fighting your feet and your palms throughout this whole thing. Stay steady, stay steady, stay steady. You got this. And down. All right. So everybody can go and get up on your feet, shake down a little bit, do the weightlifting hula, right? Get your quads moving around again. All right, yeah. She's like, oh yeah. Totally. She's like, I can hula. All right. So as we come on through here, what I want to go ahead and take a quick look at is the overview of a kettlebell as an appliance. Despite being a kettlebell guy, I will tell you that it is not the answer to absolutely every single lift. It's not the answer to every single muscle, and it is not the only thing in this gym. There is a lot of other equipment that you will be able to use. You can use kettlebells for a lot of stuff, but there is a lot of stuff that we will do and a lot of exercises that will benefit just as well from a barbell, from a dumbbell, from an angry 80-pound chihuahua, whatever, man, all right? If you find an 80-pound chihuahua, send me pictures because I will totally not believe you. All right, so you definitely want to consider the appliance. As far as some terminology that we're going to be using, quick anatomy lesson. We have two different kinds of bells. This is a competition bell. This is a cast bell. Either one is totally fine. But the reason I tend to train with comp bells is just because it's what I'm used to. Pick the bell that fits your body the best. All right? Couple of quick things. Handle. These top corners are called the horns. The base here is called the bell itself. All right? This little hole in the middle, what do you think it's called?
Window.
The window. There we go. All right, we have a ringer. All right. Wendy over there shouting from the cheap seats. All right. So this is the window. So when I start referring to different places of where you place your hand, I will tell you that I want you to place it in the center of the handle. I'll tell you I want it cornered. I'll tell you I want to grab by the horns. Sometimes with the kettlebell, when we're dealing with the comp bell, I might have you flip it upside down because the grip will be a little easier for some of you. Okay? So don't sweat it. I will also usually refer to kettlebells in kilos. It's an international sport. Sport bells are marked consistently in kilos, haphazardly in pounds. If you don't know what your kilos to pounds are, times 2.2 for crazy simple, just double it. Just double it. If you actually see these guys right here, this is a Dunkabell. These are made by Coach Mo Dunka, who wants to have kettlebell sport become Little League in America. The color pattern is the same, but this is 2 kilos, about 4.5 pounds. All right? It's utterly adorable, but it is a scale version of a competition bell. So yes, everybody gets to lift. So Mo actually gives those away to people that train kids. Program is called Kettlebell Angels. And he actually gives them away free to coaches who are willing to work with kids. I, however, do not work with kids, so I write Mo a check. All right. First lift that we're going to start off with is the most functional lift of all lifts, the most basic thing ever, a deadlift. How many of you guys have deadlifted? All right. What are we working primarily with deadlifts? Come on, coach.
Oh, your hamstrings and glutes.
Hamstrings and glutes. Primary thing is hamstrings and glutes. What are we not specifically working?
Your back.
Right, your lower back, right? What are we ideally not working, right? Our lower back. So when we go ahead and set up for a deadlift with a kettlebell, because most force starts from the ground, I treat it very much like a barbell deadlift. So you're going to go ahead, stand up over your bell. Everybody get one bell. Remember, lift like the heaviest thing you've ever picked up in your life. Oh my God, every bell weighs 400 pounds. And as you square up, you're going to get that so that that handle comes right across your shins. You're going to be at about shoulder width, and your feet are going to be about 15 degrees pointed outward, right? So you don't want to be nice and tight and straight and forward, right? For most people, around shoulder width, feet slightly up. From right here, we're going to do a squat, not a hinge, not a bend. All right, you'll learn the difference between all of these as we go through. Straight on down, and brace in on the bell. Right? So your arms should be dead straight. I should see your awesome Fit Body Boot Camp logos on your chest right now. And from right here, remember how we ground into the floor? Put your feet through the floor, squeeze your butt. Lock out, pull your shoulders back. Thank you very much. Shoulders back, shoulders back, shoulders back. And now from right here, push your knees out to start your descent. That bell should land exactly where it started. If the bell's out in front of you, you are using your back. Very, very simple way that you can self-police, right? If that bell is creeping its way forward, you're off. It's not that complicated, right? If that bell is moving forward, check where you are. Let's go ahead, let's do a few more. If you feel like you need a bigger bell or a smaller bell, swap it. And straight up to your glutes. What about that heaviest thing I ever told you to lift, man? What was that? Shoulders back, shoulders back. Good. Drive through your glutes, right through your heels. Straight on back. Long straight. Right. Good. All right. Move those toesies down. General powerlifting rule of thumb. If you let your big toe come up off the ground, you probably lost your rep. All right, stay on down. Sit your shoulders back, chest proud. There you go. Come on in. Yep. Chest proud. There you go. Yep. Packing those shoulders and keeping that proud chest helps you brace. Now, you should not be feeling it in here. What I want you to do is think about putting your shoulder blades in your back pockets. So, roll on back. Straight on through. Yep. And if that bell is feeling like the bell is so light that it is letting you get lazy with it, there are more. If that is not the case, I will find more. All right. That is legit the most basic lift you will ever do. Watch your form, thank you. Every bell is heavy until proven otherwise. Thank you very much. All right, now let's make sure that you're policed up so that you're not going to trip on something, because we're going to start getting into some more dynamic movement with our deadlifts now. And I'm going to show you how a deadlift becomes a swing in a horrible way. And by horrible, I mean awesome way, right? We got a few ways that we can progress almost everything, because it all starts off with the same couple of movements. Do not overcomplicate your lifting, right? Oh my God, swings are earned. BS. All right? So we're not going to do that. We're going to show everybody how you're going to get into these things nice and smoothly. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be doing a triple extension deadlift. Let me go ahead and show you what we're looking at. We're going to square off like we do normally on the deadlift. Straight on in, brace, right? You see my chest through the whole lift. Come on all the way up to the toes, straight down, hands free. All the way up to the toes, straight down, hands free. We're trying to create a little bit of speed. Just go ahead and get a few of these. Watch those heels. Yeah, I saw that. Straight on up. There you go. Straight on up. There you go. Don't leave the ground quite yet. That's next.
Got it.
Goodness. Hi, Ron. There you go. There you go. Stay on. That's right. Stay hands free. Yep. Boop. Boop. There you go. And the reason I want you to make it dead is to ensure that you're not just cycling rounds. If it's dead and your hands are off, you can't just be cycling reps yet. Straight on down. There you go. It's part of the way we're going to keep you honest. All right. Everybody feeling good? Now we're going to get silly and explosive. What is the difference between Strength, endurance, and power.
Oh,
So there, coaches in the room. I can tell you.
these are questions for the coaches. Okay,
Alright.
so endurance is, overtime. So, yeah, so you're doing something for a longer time. Strength is more so about lifting heavy. And then power is more explosive movements.
Absolutely, right? So think about it this way. Strength is I want to lift an F-150
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Endurance is I want to lift a small motorcycle 15 to 20 times. Power is I want to lift a bicycle really violently until I don't have any power left. There's no set number of reps when we're dealing with power, right? Biggest predictor of how much power you can put out is how big your muscles are to begin with, right? Somebody with a much bigger set of muscles can put out more power. But if you actually look at athletes, they generally tend to bulk in the off season because the amount of power they're putting out in season makes their muscles sort of like suffer a little bit, right? It's very difficult to train both at the same time. You can, it's just really much more effort. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at power, right? So when we were just looking at that first belt, it was strength. You can do those triple extensions in either strength or in an endurance mode. What we're about to do now is an explosive triple extension where you're going to come completely off the ground and you're only going to get a few reps of this before you start to go, or your vert goes away, right? Now, like, as anybody can tell looking at me, right? I'm just an old grumpy fireman. So let's get right down to it, man. This vert was never great to begin with, right? This body is built for comfort, not for speed. So I will tell you point blank, you are not going to be expecting me to be going ahead and coming up over the rim. That's fine. We're all built different. So as we square up the exact same way that we normally do, we're going to come right here. We're going to go lock in, boom, and drive that hip forward. Boom, and drive that hip forward. Come straight on up. Let's go. Give it a shot. You can do this, but your belt will probably need to be lighter. Fire it. Boom. There you go. Very nice. Do it. Boom. Really concentrate on driving that hip forward. Drive that hip forward. Squeeze your glutes and drive that hip forward. Fully extend. Crown chest at the top. There you go. Pull your head back. Boom. Like your belly bumping, your best buddy. Now you see how much more taxing this tends to be. Yeah. All right. So typically for most people, you're looking at about 15 to 20% of your biggest lift, right? When I talk about 1 rep max, right? You're looking at about 15, 20% of your 1 RM when you're in power. One of the questions always is, how big your kettlebell should you use? One that you can take the minutes for what you're trying to do. All right? I don't prescribe weights to you. I'll prescribe a level of perceived exertion. But I'm not going to tell you, bro, you're going to lift at 24. Okay, I don't really care how big of a weight you lift. I care that you lift it well. Always put movement quality over a movement standard. Every single time. Move better today than you did yesterday. Better than that tomorrow. How you get there, that's between you, your coach, and your body. All right? So where we're going to go now is we're going to start combining some things. Before we even pick up a bell again, I want to go ahead and show you that you're just going to squat and hinge. Because now we're going to go ahead and start taking some of those triple extensions and some of those explosive movements, and we're going to start moving them into a hinged pattern where we start getting into a lot of the rudimentary stuff of kettlebell lifting. So we were working largely in a squat. Where we're going to work now is in a hinge. I want you to go ahead, get your feet to shoulder width, put your hands right on your hips, and then push your butt straight back. Your ankles will not bend, your knees will soften. You should be feeling this right now, all here in your hamstrings. Now squeeze your butt nice and slow. And lock it fully out to that top of the deadlift again. Make eye contact, make it weird. Make it weird. It should be so tight at the top that your pants get eaten by your butt cheeks. You can have off your knees, no cheating. Because I don't want you to. Reach out right here. Yep, good. All right, now hold it at the bottom. Come on down one more. Come on down, right there. Pull your chest flat. Should be all right here. Yep. Now right in the, now just squeeze nice and slow, 4 seconds. And tuck your tail under. Be very, very deliberate about it. do it, let's do it. 4 seconds down, down. Hold. Should be right here. Now squeeze nothing but your butt. Right in the middle of the peaches, baby. Just like Wendy's over there doing. Wendy's off camera because Wendy is smart. Everybody's like, oh my God, I found my butt. Right? Find. You would not believe how many people I train who cannot find their butt with a GPS and a map. All right? I am telling you flat out, and any coach in here can absolutely vouch, finding your glutes is really, really hard if you spend most of your day on them. All right? If you spend your day on your third base of support, you will discover rapidly that your glute needs a little encouragement. That little bit of body weight work, which is basically just a modification on a Romanian deadlift, absolutely, absolutely positively works. Nice way that you can get warmed up for swings and for deadlifts as well is you can actually take a monster band, wrap it around something like the corner of the rig, come on back out, hinge, and get that lockout, right? That gives you that end range pull against a monster band. Really, really, really great to get your glutes fired up, all right? So now, we're going to go ahead and show you how deadlifts and hinges turn into swings in the most unconventional but yet awesomely fun way. So I'm going to go ahead and get you guys to straddle your bell and deadlift it. And once you're up the top, I should see proud chests, I should see locked out legs, I should see those shoulders back, see your head nice and tall and strong, squeeze your butt. Yeah. Come on, Rosie, you got this. Now from right here, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you hinge, take that bell just down to your knee, and then snap it right to the top. Come on down to your knee, snap to the top. Boom, drive those heels hard to the ground as you possibly can. Come on up, snap to the top. Now we're not squatting, we're hinging, right? Because every time we squat or swing, God kills a kitten.
Oh no.
We love the kitties. Do not be responsible for the death of kittens. Straight on down. I'm totally kidding. I have no idea. I am, however, a dog person, therefore. Kittens, not just a food group anymore. Slide on back. Hey man, it's all protein. Watch your macros. You're good. All right. Now as we start to get that hinge, push straight on back. We're going to start to add a little bit of that triple extension, hate, anger, violence, and joy. So we're going to come on down. We're going to hang for just a second. Then we're going to come on down. Then we're going to come back up to our knees. Then we're going to go back on down. Then we're going to come back up to our knees. And we're going to start working that deadlift piece again. I'm going to go ahead and now take you through the most amazing drill ever. So I want everybody to start at the top and lockout. And we are going to do 1 minute of awesome. And by 1 minute of awesome, what I'm going to call out to you, start your lockout all the way up top. Okay. Up, 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 up. Yes, that would be you. Yes, Ron, be you. You start at the top. You good? At the top. What's your name? Lauren. Mike. Good to see you. All right. So as we start up, I'm going to give you 3 positions. Top, knees, or ankles. The belt will not actually touch the floor. And I'm just going to get you working over, mastering all 3 phases of that deadlift. And then we'll progress it more into hinging. And we're going to go for about a minute, which doesn't seem like very much. If you do anything for a minute, just ask my wife. All right? So, starting at the top. Knees. Shins. Knees. Lockout. Shins. Lockout. Knees. Lockout. Knees. Shins. Knees. Shins. Shoulders back. Your shoulders back. Practicing. Knees. Shins. Lock out. Knees. Lock out. Knees. Shins. Lock out. Knees. Just hold there and enjoy. It's like, I hate you. Getting a look of utter hate. I love that. And move around. Well done, guys. All right. That is 1 minute of just working through that deadlift, which we're going to now go ahead and leverage ownership of all three pieces of that movement, all the different heights with the hinge. And we're going to start progressing this into much more of an explosive movement where we can actually start progressing ourselves into swings, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, I love kettlebell swings. It's like, okay, awesome. Then these should be great, right? Anybody needs to swap belts, since most people have done a swing at some point, go ahead and swap your belts out now. Hydrate for just a second if you have to. Remember, if you're lifting bells, it's the heaviest thing you've ever lifted.
Better start lighter.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. How you feeling? The answer is...
My swings are suspect.
I've been accused of being suspect, too. They haven't caught me yet, so we're good. All right. Everybody raring to go? That is way too little.
Yes, it's for later.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Save that for the overhead pressing portion. We're not there yet. If you're swinging with a 4-kilo bell, you probably can challenge yourself just a little more than that. All right. But again, don't be afraid to go with what your skill set is. And the reason that don't be afraid to go with your skill set is, again, know your limits, rationally set them. All right. So, most people learn how to start a swing from a hike up on the floor. Nothing wrong with that. Very traditional way of doing it. Downside to it is it creates a tremendous amount of velocity very, very, very quickly. You might not be ready for that speed. So I'm going to show you how we can actually start these with a ramp up, where we start from the top. But we start by using that glute fire, and we start by using that sort of top end explosive piece of the hinge, and that just here to here, that short piece that we were just practicing, to get you into a swing and build velocity from the top. Very, very, very safe way to get these done. Are we feeling motivated?
Yes, sir.
All right, rock on. Man, I'm not sure. I work for a living. All right. So we're going to go ahead, stand up over top of our bell, and safely deadlift that bell right up into the lockout. You should be owning that lockout by now, right? We just drilled the heck out of it, so everybody should feel really good about lockout. Now what I'm going to have you start doing is gradually increasing power until, oh look, I accidented myself into kettlebell swings. And then I'm going to slow them down by controlling that glute drive again and safely return myself to the lockout. What I'm not going to do is this.
Your elbows never moved.
I keep them right in.
Okay.
You can T-Rex them. Real Puritans go, oh my God, your arms have to be long. No, not really. There you go. Look, lock out, yep. Don't stop. There you go, keep going. Snap, boom, drive your heels into the ground. Get a little bit more soften in your knee. Boom, hard snap, boom, boom. There you go. That wonderful belly bump. Keep your toes down. There you go. Toes down, ground those feet. We know how to ground feet.
Change your way.
Huh? You can just go ahead and change your philosophy.
No,
Nice and straight. Don't stop at the top. Don't just stop at the top. Slower pulses until it comes to a pause. Pull those arms back, shoulders back, and stand up a little more angrily.
Too late.
Boom.
Too late.
Boom.
This one? Yeah.
Boom.
No, it's a little heavy.
Alrighty, so
This
let's go
one's
ahead and slowly ramp that speed down and put the bell down. What do you guys think? Very, very easy way to sort of work into a swing without worrying about chasing that kettlebell all out here, right?
Yeah.
One of the big problems that you will see is happy feet when people do kettlebell swings, right? Ain't no penguins here. No happy feet, right? Everybody's heart rate seems like it's up a little bit. I hear some. All right, good thing. So controlling that glute fire is a fairly essential kind of a skill. That's why we start with deadlifts and progress them up. So I'm going to take you through another little 1-minute drill where we're going to start from the top. We're going to ramp up, and I will just call out faster, faster, slower, slower, faster, faster, slower, slower. And when I'm talking faster, I'm talking Full power. When I'm talking slower, I'm talking happy and gentle. And then hard. And then happy and gentle. All right? Yeah. If it gets bad, and I stand in front of you with Happy the Kettlebell, you know you are off. If I'm just standing in front of you going, if happy, ain't nobody happy, right? All right. So everybody go ahead and start at the top with your deadlifted belt. Make sure you have adequate safety standoff. Start slow and soft and when I call hard, I want to see you guys go bananas. You can keep your toes down. A little more hinge. Falling straight every single time. And hard. Go nuts. Go nuts. Go nuts. Go nuts. Hard. Boom. Right here in mid-chest every single time. Boom. There you go. Boom. And slowly ramp it down. Pull your chest back every single time. Boom. And ramp it down. Don't just stop. Don't just ever just stop. Your lower back will thank you. Keep on going. You are 34 seconds in. Hard. 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 Boom. Hard. Boom. Hard. Stop right here and throw it. There you go. Boom. Boom. Right here. Right here. Right here. Boom. Right here. And slow it down. And safely ground your bell. Nice. Well done, everybody. Let your heart rates come down. Yeah. All right. So again, it's just another way that we can actually work our way into a swing. That's a ramp-up swing, right? It's a multi-speed swing. Couple things about it. Anybody can go in there and just right? No thinking about the lift whatsoever. But when I'm going at different speeds, you have to think about it a second. Which means you have to concentrate on your lift. Which means you have to concentrate on where you are in the phase of the lift, right? Just banging out swing. Sweet. Thinking about your lift, being conscious about how you lift, your technique will get good. Now, when you were getting way high, you were getting all the way up here. Stop right here. You're fine. Okay. That's when I came over and I gave you that hand?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it is. You just need to be stomping right about mid-chest, about the top of a forearm plank. All right? We learned how to fire our legs while we were planking during the warm-up. That was not an accident. Not a happy little accident, Bob Ross, right? All right? Happy little trees, happy little kettlebells. Happy little kettlebells. All right. So, second way that you would go ahead and work into that swing is the way that most people are actually used to, which is a hiked swing. So if we're going to start off with a hiked swing, because my back to you.
All right, thanks.
Yep. All right, yeah, I was going to say, I just didn't want you to feel like I was leaving you out. But I'm also trying to make sure that you don't feel left out, so I'm sort of giving you like all sorts of love right now. All right.
Thank you.
So when we're starting off with a hiked swing, all right? We're starting from the ground, we're going to create velocity right off the bat. Quickest way to do it is 1 foot, heel to toe. I'm now a foot behind it. And then I just box. Now I make this beautiful little triangle here, and I can't remember if it's equilateral or isosceles or whatever, because I am terrible at geometry. But dude, you just want a little triangle. Works great. Right here, we're just going to go ahead, hinge ourselves back. And you notice as you come down, I can now take that bell to 45 degrees. Don't move the bell, just move it to 45 degrees. Both hands, nice and snug, flatten out that back. From right here, I am going to fire that sucker right at my butt. Boom! Dead stop. My feet should be in contact with the floor the entire time of movement. Fire it, plant it. Fire it, plant it. Flatten it back. Fire it, plant it. Fire it, plant it. Setting gravity is okay. Setting rational limits is what we're all about. Fire it, plant it. Yep, don't just like flick it up and let it drop. Plant it. Because they're deliberate. Okay, right about there. Okay. Yep, it's sticky. You should be feeling this mostly coming through your lats. Almost like a rub. Yep, Fire it and stick it. There you go. Fire it and stick it. There you go. Very nice. All right. Now, because we have worked from the top down, everybody is a freaking master of this top locked out position, right? We all love it. We need to do a drill again. No? All right, cool. We're good. Right? Like, oh, nope, that helps fast. And she's saying nope. All right. So, as we go ahead and progress into a pike swing, meaning we are starting with velocity, we're going to go ahead, start with our setup. Boom, boom, square. Take back. We're going to now go into that lockout after the hike on every single one. Fire, boom, fire, boom, fire, boom, fire, boom. And then professionally slide the bell into the floor. We do not just stop and drop weight. Remember why I had you guys standing off? This is probably where something's going to get loose. All right, let's go ahead, safely mount up, get your setup, and swing until I tell you to stop. Boom, tall and straight, get all the way up, tall and straight, every single time. Tall, there you go. Tall, tall, much better. A little less bend, a little more hinge. Push your butt backwards. Boom, push your butt backwards. There you go. There you go. Much better. Tall and straight, keep going. Tall and straight, keep going. Run until you're overextended. Just tall and straight. Hinge. I did not expect you to be right behind me. Okay, dude. If you need to take a breath, take a breath. What you don't want to be doing, go ahead and professionally set the bell down. What you don't want to be doing is a lot of this. If you are coming way back, you're going to hurt your back. Oh my God, Mike, a kettlebell hurt my back. No, dude, you hurt your back. A kettlebell's an inanimate object. It has no ability to I don't know, this one's sketchy. The one with the eyeballs on it. This dude,
Can't trust him.
untrustworthy. This guy will hurt your back, right? But Happy is sitting under the tripod, so you guys are all safe. But what you definitely don't want to be doing is coming all the way back. Now, with you, when I came behind you and I started tapping your knee and going like this, it's because you were chasing the bell. If you're not chasing the bell, same thing, right? That's bad news. Boom. Tall and straight, locked out. Brace. That standing plank kind of a position. Driving that heel in and standing up with a little bit of attitude. All right? So let's go ahead and mount up one more time. We're going to do about another minute of bell swinging. Wendy's going to run through and take some amazing pictures of everybody.
Look like you're working out.
Yeah, everybody look like we're sweating. All right, you good?
I know. Box.
All right. So we start with it about a foot up in front of you, that nice triangle. Okay. Go ahead, let everybody get set up before we start swinging. Get set up. I should see everybody in the same position. Ready to go with that bell at 45 degrees, tip backwards. Hands in the handles, nice and gripped into the horns. And let's go. Swing hard. Boom. Snap. Snap. Tall and straight. Tall and straight. Good. Much better. Tall and straight. Much better. Good. Tall and straight. Boom. Right there. Boom. Right there. That'll chase the bell. Boom. Boom. Hinge. Tall and straight. If your elbows bend a little, that is totally fine. A little bit of T-Rex and never killed anybody. Keep your feet in good contact with the ground. Do not dance about. Heels and toes in the ground. And as you start to run out of gas, gracefully put that bell like a professional safely to the floor. Very nice, everybody. Very nice. All right. Y'all feel like we got a little bit more control out of our swinging? Yeah, I hear y'all swinging. It's like, yeah, I'm totally owning this. All right. Any specific questions on that before we get into a progression? What's up?
Would the wider handles help your shoulder back?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, right? So the biggest thing is you want to be pulling back and pulling that handle apart regardless. The thing that you run into with the cast bells is that the windows and handles are inconsistently sized. So the smaller one is going to get smaller, whereas you can get up to a 30, 34, or 40 kilo bell, and the window might get appreciably larger. So if you got really big hands, you might just not get the great fit regardless. You might want to go ahead and play with some alternate hand positions. All right, you might even want to go ahead and go to a 90. Okay, so go with a saddled 90 if that fits your hands better. I'm going to go ahead and take you into a one-handed because I want to get a little counter rotation going on here. All right, everybody need to mop off. Dry hands are a real thing. Seriously, like keep your hands dry. Because if you're going to lose a bell, it's probably during a swing or a snatch. You're going to lose a bell. So before we start throwing dents and feeling cute, might drink some wine and swing kettlebells, right? So we probably don't want to be doing that. So if you need to dry your hands off, now would be a great time to do it. Let's police up these bells. You should only have the one you're swinging in front of you. Put everything else in the pit so that we don't have dancing feet and safety hazards. All right. You guys starting to get a good idea as to about what your weights are? Everybody asked me in the beginning, what kettlebell weight should I use? It's like, I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? All right. So you want to keep nice dry hands. That's a 12. It's blue. That's the thing about comp bells, right? Again, like you said, what weight am I lifting? I can tell you that's a 12. You can't even see the numbers from here. No, but it is bright freaking blue, man. And so I can absolutely assure you that that 12 will get me where I want to go. All right. So as we start to go in, and I'm going to come down here and give this side of the room a little bit of love because I've been up on that end most of the day. All right? You got love? So much love? All right. So as I'm down here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is start progressing you guys into a single-sided swing. Now the difference between a single-sided swing and a double-sided swing. Can we guess? Come on.
One hand?
Oh my God, you guys are freaking geniuses. Just one hand, exactly. Right? So one of the big things that's going to be different with the setup. With the double-sided, we set up with that bell with the handle across, right? Straight across our shins. I will typically do a single-sided swing with my hands at 10 and 2 like I'm driving a car. So you're going to rotate the bell just slightly, pointed at your other toe. That will usually give you a nice starting position. Now you will find that there are two schools of thought on the backswing with a single-handed thing. You will find some people that will religiously commit to a thumb-to-bum position, right? Where you come straight back and your thumb, hey! All right? Probably gonna get banned for that. All right? People will commit to that militantly. That's fine. It is a totally valid form. There are sport guys that will commit to that thumb being largely forward to flat. That is fine also. You will use the one that fits your skills and your body. Not the one that the book says, oh my God, there's only one way to do it. If anybody ever tells you there's only one way to do things in a weightlifting environment, they are probably trying to sell you something. Their way. All right, so get your dogma, and we're going to work with your body. What's up? I'm getting the sign language for I will kill you. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. My business sign says I will cut you. Got it. I was close, though. All right, so. Lauren's like, I just met you and I will already kill you in your sleep. Sweet. All right, that is what I'm going for, baby. Every coach's dream is to get called an MFer at least 3 times in a workout. Right? Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, bring it. I love it. More of that, more profanity directed my way, right? Just don't curse my children and we're cool, right? Granted, my daughter's pretty feisty. She would probably take a lot of people, so I wouldn't mess with her, right? College student, she will cut you. All right, so, history major, man, she will cut you with words. All right, so, as we go into that single-handed swing, now that we've gone ahead and stalled for a minute to let everybody go ahead and catch their breath and glisten. Glisten, glowing. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right, so our setup's going to be exactly the same, right? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to square off, and we get that nice triangle. But the only difference is going to be that bell is going to be rotated slightly into that 10 and 2 position. So like we're driving a car. As you mount up, it's going to be exactly the same. But what we're going to have to pay extra attention to is if you start throwing your back into this one, you're going to feel it fast on a single-sided bell because it's going to want to pull you. It's going to want to rotate you. So how are we going to compensate for that? Lifter's law, squeeze your butt. Right? When in doubt, squeeze your butt. There is no time when you're weightlifting that squeeze your butt is a bad idea. All right? So as we set up, we're going to hike back. And you see that if I am chasing the bell, it's going to want to do this to me, right? And I'm going to feel that. So I want control, through. And we safely glide to the floor. We don't just stop. Just go ahead, pick your weak arm. Yeah, everybody goes for the strong one first. It's a natural habit. Got it? Take your weak arm so you're focused on your form. That's fine. So I want to get a little more distance to your knees so that you don't kiss a knee with a kettlebell. You'll do it about once. It makes a great sound. Boonk. It's this nice little subtle boonk. You'll do it once. I'll then usually hear a yip, and I will know that you hit yourself. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and get 10 swings on that side and safely ground your back. Tall and straight. Get your hand loose.
Shoulders back.
Get your hand loose.
And square.
Your non-working hand is loose or even swinging along. Getting in the habit of swinging along is not a bad thing. Tall and straight. Boom. There you go. Boom. There you go, Rosa. Come on. Do it. More hinge. Let's squat. Think about the kittens. All right. Bring that bell gently down to the ground. Breathe. You're like, wow, that hits a little different, doesn't it, right? Okay. So when I tell people that lifting kettlebells will give you free abs with purchase, I'm not joking. You will get a lot of counter rotation in kettlebells. When we do our advanced programs, they are mostly focused on form that goes into a flow and a rotational multiplanar movement. We're not there yet. But kettlebells move rotationally really, really nicely. They move counter-rotationally really, really nicely, and they will help you find your obliques. Why? How many times in life is this your movement pattern? Life moves in planes, right? So get comfortable with the fact that you're going to twist a little bit, right? Your body will move. Now let's go to your strong arm. Everybody set up, and when I tell you, we're going to hike and start. Get those hands loose, and again, get used to having both hands come along with you. Get used to having that hand loose. Thank you, ma'am. And let's go. There you go. Get that hand loose. You'll see why in a second. Because it's going to get more fun. Snap, boom, snap, boom. Come on. There you go. Much better. And pull that shoulder back. Nice and square at the top. That bell's going to want to pull you forward. You got to show it who's boss. All right. Now slowly bring that bell down to the floor gently. Now a couple of you might have noticed that your bell tips up at the top of the swing, right? That's a good thing. If your bell is straight and you are dangerous. That bell, compact, bottom of that bell should tip up just a bit at the top of your kettlebell swing. Now let's go ahead and have a little more fun with this now that we know how to do one hand. And we're going to actually learn why you have the second hand swing along with it, because we're going to start changing hands. All I heard was this gasp. Oh God!
Aim for
Totally
here.
fun. So as we mount up, again, we're going to square up the same way that we were
I have
before.
a lot of faith in me. Yeah,
I
thanks.
got a ton of faith, but this is definitely where we do not want to be,
We need to be staying.
shall we say, wanton with our placement. Which means I'm going to get the hell out of Jim's way in just a second here, because I really don't want to take a bell to the head. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. We're going to go, come back, lock out, come back, lock out, come back, lock out, come back, lock out, come back, lock out. Down to the floor.
Do we all have to have that little finesse at the top? Or?
Hell yeah. Style points are extra. Like burpees, right? It's always a little bit more fun when you have style. Yeah. It's not just like lie on the floor and then hope to God you can get back up before the push-up, right? But, yay! Right? We all know the best part of the burpee, right? The top, when you get your jazz hands. All right. Falsy. All righty. So let's go ahead and get everybody squared off. And let's start changing hands. If you want to start 2 and 2 instead of 1 and 1, that's fine to minimize your hand changes. 2 swings, then 2 swings, That's totally fine. Let's go ahead, one hand, and you will find why you want to get that second hand loose. Let's go. You start switching hands. Go, tall and straight. Good. Tall and straight. Good. Tall and straight. Good. Snap it a little harder so you get a little more float at the top. Kettlebells do, in fact, float. What do you mean kettlebells float? I don't know. Wendy was like, oh my God! Pull on back. There you go. There you go. All right. And go ahead and safely ground your bell. Nice. I'm like, wow, he didn't tell me we were going to be doing hand changes and flippity flips. And yeah. 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 She's like, oh yeah, this is all kinds of fun. Cool. All right. So next we're going to go ahead. Let me go grab a kettlebell. Let me go ahead and, again, safety lifting is the heaviest thing I've ever picked up in my life, every single time. Oh, God. Whew! That 16K was going to kill me. All right, so now we're going to go ahead, and if you have kettle guards, or if you want kettle guards, now is the time to put them on. If you have watches, now is very much the time to take them off. If you are not familiar with them, these are kettle guards. These were invented by a woman named Jess DiBiase out in California. She is a world championship sport lifter. She is also not a humongous human. She acknowledges the fact that your wrists can hurt like hell when kettlebells are sitting on them if you are not used to it or if it is a heavy bell. I have the one pair. They do not normally come with a pink kettlebell on them. That's because I Sharpie marked them so that I knew they were mine. It was supposed to be purple. It was not intended even to be pink because it was the only Sharpie marker I had. They usually come in white. They're not nearly this fashionable otherwise, right? This is like bedazzling your kettlebell equipment. All right, so if you want to put on guards, now is a good time to do it because we're going to start going into cleans. All right? So let's go ahead and get ready to go. I would recommend for most of you to go down a bell size from what you were swinging, possibly 2. Make your life choices. Go ahead and swap out any bells you need to.
Good. Okay. Lower.
You'll be fine with that. You might want to go one down though.
Risa, can you swap with Erica?
Yeah, you can go ahead and
This
let
one
it.
now?
You got pretty good shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fine. Feeling pretty good? What?
Thank you.
Can I
No,
have
we're
a
not
baby
doing
one?
shoulders yet. We're doing awesomeness.
What
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the gladdest or the little baby?
I hate shoulders. I hate shoulders.
baby
No,
blue.
you don't do love shoulders. You wish that they were more
What did he
awesome.
call that? I forget what he
I
said.
hate doing shoulders. I hate doing
Oh
shoulders.
my
No,
God.
you don't. Now, if you haven't noticed, we're starting to get like a little Fort Kettlebell going over here. We've got a defensive circle of kettlebells.
Depends on the exercise. I'm gonna try and go heavier if I get my skills up.
It's like, dude, I will just rock out with different angles. We are literally in Fort Bell. All right? Somewhere along the line, there is a Russian smiling. Goes,
Yeah.
da.
I think so.
Are you smiling? Are you smiling at his little fortress? Yeah?
MySpace.
No, man, MySpace is gone. It's all about Facebook and Instagram now, right? We're in the metaverse now, baby. There is no MySpace. Tom is weeping for all of us. How much I just date myself. All right. So, you good? You with me?
Oh,
All right. You cool?
are you laughing at that tiny baby kettlebell?
The type of
The Dunkerbell? The little Dunkerbells? It's all right, man. So that's the thing. They were designed for kids. I absolutely use them with my smaller lifters. I absolutely positively use them with my smaller lifters. I have a guy that I train. He's probably about 70, and he's a really little guy. He will frequently go to a 4-kilo Dunkerbell just to get his technique dialed in on things. It's totally fine. Then he goes ahead and starts throwing 12s, 16s, and 20s around like they're nothing. He just dials in form on me. So again, it's totally fine. Set rational limits, work to your skill, right? Quality beats standards. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the kettlebell clean. Cleans are one of those things that you either get it in 1 rep or you get it in 1,000. I don't know where in that stack you're going to fall. I'm going to show you a handful of ways we can take that clean, and we can show a really easy way to get you feeling comfortable with them. So I'm going to go ahead and have you take with one hand, deadlift 1 bell, and bring it right up.
Weak hand, strong hand.
I don't really care. It's your choice, man. They're both gonna work. You're gonna use them both. Since you said you hate shoulders, I'm gonna stand right here. She's like, I now hate you. And shoulders. You give me the I'm gonna cut you sign earlier, so we're good, man. This is the defensive position. All right. So, like defensive tactics all over again, man. I'm like watching my six, all right? So, from right here, we're gonna go ahead and pull that bell up by drawing our shoulder backwards and drawing our elbow back along the ribcage. Just your hip. Don't chicken wing it. Straight back. Okay, straight on back. And you feel that your shoulder comes up and your elbow has to slide back.
Your elbow goes back.
Yeah, slide that elbow back. And as you do it, let your arm follow its course, which means that your thumb is going to start pointing more forward. And then we put on our training wheels. And then we do kiss the bell, wind it in, and do a bro curl. You're like, how in the heck did I end up like this? Yep, I'm also asking the same thing. How in the heck did you end up like that?
Yeah.
Right there. All right? So when you come one up, I'm going to finish in the rack position. Rack position. Right here, so your elbow should be down, forearm at about 90. You should start to feel your shoulder going, oh wow, I have shoulders. Delts and all.
That's what that pain is?
No, that's the pain in my soul. Don't worry, trainers don't have souls. We trained them off when we got certified. We left them in the Prometric Center. Bring your elbow in, right? I should see your pinkies right now. I should see your pinkies. As you come out of the top, we will again point the bell forward. You see the bottom of your kettlebell right now? Put on your training wheel. Let it come down. I should now see your thumb. I should now see you winding back to flat. So from right here again, we're going to pull the shoulder back and the elbow back. Put on your training wheel. Kiss the bell with your forearm. I should see your knuckles. Roundabout, I should see your pinky.
Does your elbow stay down?
Yep, right here.
Okay.
Right here, like we talk. Right here. Cool. Now roll and wind around. The earth rotates around the sun. The forearm is a euphemism for the sun. Pull that elbow back. Roll that shoulder up. You are completely upside down, my friend. Elbows here. He's not getting you enough cushion. You good?
Going back.
Come right here. And rotate.
You're doing a bicycle.
On your training wheel.
Row.
Pull the elbow back. Rotate.
Switch arms.
I know, right?
Hey,
Pull
you're
the
doing a
elbow back.
bicycle. Row it back first.
Put on your training wheel. You can't bicep curl that. Push through. And rotate that.
Nick,
There you go.
row it.
There you go. Much better. Yeah, boom. Like I said, sometimes it takes 1 rep. Sometimes it takes you 1,000. Did I lose you?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. Right here. Rotate. Training wheel. Unwind. Pull the elbow in the shoulder. Pull the elbow back. Rotate. Training wheel. You're making a twist. Yep. We're rotating in and out. All right, you're getting way high and wide. Couple of common errors that you will see with these. First one. Ouch.
Ow.
Right? This, that's a no bueno.
Doesn't mean I won't do
All
that.
right? Do not have it out here like this. The other one, and I'm not sure how it happens, but I see this a lot.
Ugh.
Okay? I see, yeah, exactly. Rocking out, right? Playing some kettle music, right? Now that happens when you're doing sport and doing doubles. They go tink, 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 tink. Drives the hardstyle guys crazy. It's great. They get apoplectic when they start hearing bells tink. It makes me laugh. I do it on purpose. All right, so from right there, right here. All right, and we're going to rotate out. Come on back. Nice and smooth. The bell should not slam your wrist. So as you rotate back, hinge, draw that shoulder and elbow back. Hinge, draw. There you go. Drop it. Hinge.
Oh.
Drop. Hold the elbow. That's why we did
Just
training.
let it
One dude was like, what the
fly.
heck just happened?
Oh.
Hold the elbow every single time. Yep. So just draw your elbow back across your ribcage. There you go. It was going. It was going. Then you stopped and you doubted yourself. Never doubt yourself. You own this. Pull.
You can help yourself. Nick, you can help yourself too. That's a bicycle.
Rotate out. Pull the elbow. Pull the elbow.
Pull.
Yeah, don't just do bicep curls,
Elbow.
right?
Yeah, don't do bicycle.
So if you're doing a lot of boom,
Nick.
Oh, mess. I'm trying.
Row. Do a
if you're
row.
pinning that elbow,
Row.
all you're gonna do is be whacking the hell out of yourself with a kettlebell. There you go. That was better, but you're a little wide. I should see your
Can't do it
finger.
now.
Is it weird if it's just too light or no?
Here,
Mine's only 2 pounds.
Just-
Mine's only
just like that.
That's it? Is that enough?
So you're letting your arm do this. You're not
Okay.
bringing your elbow.
Oh.
Are you bicep curling?
Yep.
There you go. Hang on. Right here.
Right there.
Tall and straight. There you go. Drop. And let your hand rotate as it comes down. There you go. Just drive it from the elbow.
Okay. Oh.
Really common, right?
Close to the chest.
I see palms, I'm wrong. I see pinkies, I'm happy.
Nick. Chest. Chest.
There you go.
Oh.
Right there.
I was trying to think of that elbow, which I'm not getting back there.
I'm gonna get something that's the same weight. What will be easier on your wrist?
You're like snatching it and rowing it at the same time.
Okay.
Snatch and row.
But it's gonna be a little softer on your body. Yeah, fit your legs.
My
But
left
stand
arm
up
is
tall,
weird
tall.
too. It's like one is fine.
See? Right here.
Is that right?
Yep. Think about putting your thumb on your bra strap. I swear I'm not wearing one. When he's giving me the, are you sure? Yes. My wife's like texting me. Why is my underwear drawer open? Are you teaching Mel something?
You should go here. Don't have it out here.
Yes, I am. It's a visual. Just go with it. Don't judge me. There you go. Starting to feel a little better. Now you see why I like the comp bells for those?
I'm trying to do
All
the
right.
elbow thing. I'm like,
All right, so now we're going to start combining the hinge, as some of you have already started doing on your own, where we take that training wheel out, and we start moving with the bell into those cleans. So we're going to get that bell up into the rack, we get that nice shoulder width position that we had, like we had on the hinge. We're going to roll out, hinge, and pull right back in. Roll out, hinge, and pull right back in.
Flap like
so your elbow
Oh yeah, it comes back.
in there, right?
so. Let it
Rotate
rotate
back.
around your arm.
Draw the elbow
Don't
back,
let it
roll the
flap
shoulder,
like
do an
that.
uppercut.
You don't want to flop.
It's hard with the elbow
So
though.
you got a little bit of slap. So let's work on smoothing out. So, pull the elbow back. Let's pull the elbow back a little bit more. Like you're drawing an arm. There you go. So you smooth it out. Yep. Pull that elbow back and get it under the belt as soon as you can. Same with here.
Instead of bicep curl, don't bicep curl.
You like that?
Nick.
As you come up here, drawing an arrow.
It's
Like
a
a
Pull the
zip.
elbow back.
Oh, zip it?
There you go.
Yeah, don't bicep curl it.
And you'll greet the bell with your forearm.
That may be it.
Right away.
Tiffany.
Slide it up your
Greet you.
butt.
You move that
There you
elbow.
go. Yes.
Oh, that makes a big difference.
Oh, over it is.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yep.
Yeah.
Roll it out.
It's not.
Hinge. Well, let your hand come under a little bit as it goes through. Roll that elbow back.
Baby.
There you go. Yeah. But you see how much smoother it gets when you start working about that elbow growth?
Oh, this is
There
heavy.
you go. Much better. All right, yeah, let's get a little movement. I think we're done here. No,
Much
right here.
easier.
Maybe a little bit of kettlebell swing.
Foot. You're gonna rotate
Yeah.
your hand around it.
Just put it down through your legs. Yeah, I think we found your lift.
Spirit. As you lift up, spirit. You're just gonna rotate it around.
None of this action, right? You got to brace, dude. We'll get this arm loose.
Keep it tight, Erica. Tighter. Tighter.
Yep. You're still doing bicep curls, so draw.
Keep it close to you, Maddie.
Let's solve it through brute force. Put that down. We're going to solve this through the level of love. Start up in the rack.
So you don't want it here. What? Here.
Pick an arm. What arm are we working?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Live it, love it.
Square
Get your
up.
feet a little bit wider. There you go. Now just rotate up, swing through your legs.
Remember to open it up.
There you go.
Gooseneck.
35 reps, I
Full.
got like 965.
Close it,
for a
close
day.
the wrist. Don't open that, close the wrist. There you go. Close the wrist. There you go.
Yep, stay close into your body.
Yep, nice and close.
There you go. See what I'm saying? Sometimes going with too light of a weight lets you, sometimes a little bit of weight gives you that little reminder. There you go.
Slams into your wrist.
Yep, come on back, pull, drop, tall and straight. Right here. Now rotate it out. Yep. Better. Now start getting a little bit of hips into that game. Yeah, see now you can get that whole lower body working. Wow, that thing got real light real quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, to get a bigger belt.
That's for kids.
Take her kid
All right. It's all good. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get everybody doing 10 on each side. And then we're going to switch hands. So. See, I'm keeping a nice loose hand.
I have a question.
Man.
So I feel like I keep trying to stop the belt from
No.
hitting my.
No.
So I don't know if
Let me
I'm
see.
doing it wrong.
Let me see, because if you've got the problem, somebody else got the same questions. Come on over here. Let your buddy see. What's up?
I keep trying to, like, stop it.
So what I want you to do is think about putting your thumb right here. We're going to box. You've seen boxing on TV, right? There you go. Pull that over. There you go. Better. You just keep coming around too far. Better. Yep. Stay closer to your body. And see, but that elbow comes
Nick, don't
under,
let it
gets up
separate
on
like
the belt,
that.
just smooths it right out.
Don't let it
And
separate.
again,
Get it
cleans
nice.
is just one of those ones that is just a bit of a mystery for some folks initially. And that's why I make sure that you do at least a few reps. There you go, much better. You want to just get that belt, get the elbow, draw that elbow. You're still doing bicep curls, draw the elbow. Draw the elbow. As it comes up here, draw the elbow. Elbow. Make a little bit. There you go. See how much smoother it got? Yep. Just practice those. Don't go back to that bicep curl. I saw that. And that was just straight up cheat curls now, man. Just like, it's gun day, baby.
I'm just trying to get the elbow back, man.
Right there.
Okay.
Now, put your training wheel on.
Okay.
Because your biceps probably aren't going to want to do that.
Okay.
And stop right. And then rotate out. Yep. It's a winding, right? So it's the shoulder is going to wind. Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about. She went from 2 kilos to 8 in like one freaking move. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, when I said when it clicks, it clicks. It clicked, right?
I think.
All right. So let's go ahead and make sure that everybody is safe. All right. What I'm still seeing is a fairly decent bit of bicep curling.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm still seeing a pretty good amount of boom.
Yeah.
All right. If that bell is coming back and boom onto your chest, one, it sucks, right? And as the bell gets bigger, it hurts. All right, knocks a little wind out of you. All right, but from right here, again, it's just roll the bell out, unwind, draw that elbow. My forearm should be hitting the bell. The bell should not be hitting my forearm.
Is it ever hitting you here?
Not really. It's just going to rest a little. The comp bells are going to rest a little on the outside of the bicep. Okay, that's pretty common.
So if it is hitting me here, then that's not a good idea. That's what I'm trying to understand.
You're letting you're doing this. Your bicep curl.
Yeah.
Row. Better. No.
I know my legs are goose.
But he's like, zip it up now too. Twist and zip.
So you're still just turning it over. I'm guiding you forward. Right here. Right there.
Get your training wheels on.
Hold the elbow backwards.
Yes. Yep.
Get that look. You're drawing an arrow.
There you go.
Better. There you go.
Less biceps, more rowing. Roll back the elbows. Pull back the elbows.
It's a hip extension. There you go. Better. your butt.
If I try to draw back, that's when it goes far.
Squeeze a peach.
Get your elbows.
Squeeze a peach.
Throw it back.
If that's what keeps you honest, if that's flipping over, you are absolutely getting. You got to get that elbow up under.
Oh.
Yep. Nope. You want that bell in contact with your forearm as much as you can throughout the motion. Okay. Loosen up your hand. That's you're death gripping. I can see white knuckles. There you go. Nice and out front. I should see your pinky. I should see your pinky, not your palm.
Oh.
There you go. Yep.
Like that, okay.
Yep. Rotate. Drop. Good. All right. How's everybody feeling?
Great.
Like, this is awful. Don't worry. There's only 50 minutes left. I hate you. Adjust weights as is necessary. Seriously. Set rational limits. Because now we're going to start progressing that clean into a snatch. We're going to absolutely demystify the, oh my God, snatches are so complicated. They're so not. We're going to completely demystify this. We're going to make it easy. I showed Wendy this one the other day. She's like, oh, well, that is really easy. So she's like, I haven't seen it that way. That's actually very simple. So, as we go ahead and set our bells down, we're going to start getting into going overhead. I want to go watch your shoulder. No, you were saying the other day your shoulder was bugging you? Yeah. Yours too? Oh, gosh, I'm like, the shoulder club, we're going to be mindful. All right. So as we've mastered that clean, okay, and you probably don't have it fully mastered. Some of you are looking pretty solid and pretty doggone close. Like that thing went freaking quick. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, I own this one now, right? Yeah, you do it, yeah. All right. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit of practice, but I'm going to show you how to progress that clean into a snatch. All right. Also known as doing snatches by accident. So we're going to take that bell, we're going to get back up into the rack, and we do that clean. Now from here, all we're going to do a clean normally, do a clean to your eyeballs, do a clean to your forehead. Oh my God, I did a snatch by accident. Oh wow, it looks exactly the same. It's just a little taller. Then we'll work it back down, right? Foreheads, eyeballs, rack. Eyeballs, forehead. Oops, was a snatch. That's all there is to it. Don't overthink it. Keep your hands dry, because by now most of you are probably going to have hands that are starting to get a little sticky on you. All right? I don't want to tell you to chalk up, because I don't want to actually make sure there's chalk all over the floor, because Wendy and Jim will kill me. But keep your hands very dry, please. If you absolutely need chalk, stay on the rubber. I'm guessing is the rules for chalk.
Yeah.
Or you don't really care.
We could widen it out.
All right. Wow! I'm thinking more like Scarface, but you know. All right. Yep. And when you're in that snatch at the top, you want to be completely overhead, ma'am.
Coming down from the snatch?
Okay. Well, that was just a complete hang snatch. All right. That's okay. So, all right. Let's make sure we're in the same spot. What are we looking at? For right now, we're just. Like, I'm stuck. Yeah, common actually. A lot of people are like, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck overhead. Well, it lives there now.
Okay.
For the rest of your life, you're just going to be walking around with 8 kilos over your head, right? So, no, what I usually recommend to get out of the snatch initially is just come back to the rack and do a half snatch. So, all the way down, straight up, halfway down, straight up. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Because that drop is usually the hardest part of the snatch for most people, because there's a lot of velocity coming up the top. Okay. Right here. Okay, clean. To your forehead. Keep on going. A little higher next time. One more, you're almost at the top.
Not there yet.
Not quite, nope. Keep on going. All the way up.
There it is.
Boom! Hey!
Boom!
All right. You need a bigger bell if you're actually just like. Tighten up, dude. Tighten up. Right here. Straight. Everything straight. Falling straight. Okay. Block. Lock. Yep. Tall and straight. Yeah. I heard a squeak.
It's fun when you get there.
Okay.
It's
That's
fun.
a good squeak. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
It's almost like I can't
That's
do it.
awesome. Erica, that was great. Isn't it cool?
She was like, when you said keep your hands
Like,
close,
and then
I
I
just
just
couldn't
like-
do it.
like,
Like my
my
hand
hand
just
just
kept
Okay. But you did it. That was cool. Isn't it fun?
It is. I used to do
higher.
this back with a trainer back when I. So,
Doesn't matter.
Back in the day.
I'll come back down to the rack and rest. Okay, so let's see if there's a 6 in use anywhere. There's a 6 here. That's a 15, but it's going to be a little pointy. A little cast bell's going to be a little
Huh?
pointy. That's 18.
Oh yeah, right here.
That's
Lauren.
8 kilos.
Yes.
There we go. Wendy's got like, what's that, 2 kilos? Yeah, the Dunkin' Oh no, man, that's like a trade show paperweight right there. These ladies are all way stronger than that. Come on now. It's James to worry about. There you go. Nice. Let's see it. Drop it. Good.
Woo!
All right. All the way down, all the way up.
That's easier to feel the
Little
elbow
punchy.
going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The higher.
Drop it.
Yeah.
That's a half snatch. Pull. Straight up.
Woo!
Good. That triangle all the way down next time. Straight between your legs. Yep. Yep. Oh, you just lost all your momentum. There you go. You got to build it back up. There you go. Remember, it all comes from the hips. Nothing but glutes. Huh? Squeeze them. I'm getting. Yeah. Right there. I should see your pinkies as it goes up. Pinkies in between, palms when it's all the way overhead. Drop it. But that's it. Nice. And if it's smacking into your arm, loosen up your hand a little bit as you punch through the bell. Okay, that's a press up, no rep up.
So cool. There you go, Erica.
Pull.
It's awesome.
Drop it.
Wow.
A little more hit. Get that high pull going. There you go. And right up here. Dead straight lockout.
I have the right hand down.
Yep. Yep. You guys see the momentum. There you go. Nice. Getting a little bit floppy. There you go. A little bit of elbow bend. Draw it in between. There you go. Yes. As soon as the elbow. All right. Let's see it. Pull it down. Right here.
The loose hand is tough.
Yep.
Huh?
What? Really tight. There you go. Just that. Well, 2 ways. I'll show you the initial. It's just to roll back into the rack, and then just do the top side of a clean, and then all the way up. Don't stop. You give up your momentum. Momentum is your friend. Do not sacrifice it. Stopping is bad.
What?
Yeah.
The longer you look.
Yeah.
Ah, I turned it.
There you go. See how much lighter they can? So it's all coming from here. Okay. Everything comes from between your knees and your lower back, right? That whole posterior chain, right? So glutes, hams. Look ahead question. Let me see it.
No, I'm good. I mean, if you want to see it, it's fine. but-
Yeah, I totally want to see it. Let's do
Right,
it.
right, right.
Rock this thing.
Let's see.
Do it.
Go, Erica.
There you go.
That's the bad
First time snatching?
No.
No? Yeah, I was going to say, you've done this before. I've seen this before. It's like, this looks entirely too honed. All right, so, there you go. You got it?
You tell me.
Get a little bit of elbow bend as you roll out. Roll out, a little bit of, there you go. A little bit of elbow bend as you come up. There you go, much better.
Thanks.
It's actually really helpful to see her do it.
I know.
Good.
All right, when you coaching?
I need your card.
I should just leave now.
Opportunity for you. All right, so now that we've been doing these with a little bit of momentum, right? You're seeing it's basically just a clean with a little bit of attitude, right? So it's all that nice, wonderful hip and that glute snap. Okay, I'm going to show you one other quick thing that you can do with this, and I want you to go down to bell size. If you've already bottomed out, stay where you're at. All right, if there's nothing smaller, we're cool. But we're going to go ahead and do this dead. And when I say dead, I mean it starts on the floor. No momentum, no hover, no swing, dead. This is where we're going to take that explosive deadlift and the clean and the snatch, and we're going to bring it all together and give it an ugly baby called kettlebell lifting. Totally kidding. We love these. These are great. So if we're starting out dead, we're going to have that bell right between our feet, just like we normally would with a typical deadlift. And from right here, we're going to come straight up, straight to the top.
Use your hips.
Do the roar! Right, she's going Shrek on me over here. And pull it down to the rack, unwind, and dead to the floor. From here, pull. Unwind, down to the rack, unwind, dead to the floor. Go ahead, let's do it.
Ooh, nice.
Hands free, pull, punch. There you go.
What was the rack one?
A little punch. Nice.
Racket right here.
Go to the rack,
Like that, okay.
unwind, down to the floor.
Nice.
Keep your hand loose, that hand loose, there you go. Down to the rack, unwind, dead to the floor. Yep. Straight up, overhead. Boom, nice. She's like, yeah, dig this.
Don't hit yourself in the head.
Yep. Now, this is one of those
Too
ones,
late.
get your butt low, fire it right through the heels. Boom, and pull. High pull, punch. Nice. Oh, heck yeah. There you go. You want to get that loose? Nice.
Bring that bell.
Yep, there you go. Keep it right in between your feet. Get that hand loose. There you go. Whole body movement. Boom.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so now with a dead snatch or a dead clean, you can both do them as the same thing, right? So one's just a progression off of the other, right? Just cleans are just snatches that are a little short, right? Snatches are just cleans got a little bit punky. So you can absolutely just do a dead clean. Not a problem, right? What's that? You like the snatch?
Yeah, I think it's just.
I thought so too, yeah, it's interesting you said that.
Yeah.
When you just do
So-
the whole thing.
Yeah, and again, that's going to vary by
Because
people.
we do a lot of snatches too. So
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys probably doing a lot of dumbbell snatches. So, yeah. And again, that's one of those things that you can totally do it with a dumbbell. Totally do it with a dumbbell. You can do them doubles. All right? So you can absolutely do doubles. It's entirely whether or not you want to do them. So if you're doing doubles, same thing. Okay, it's all the same movement, but it's the same level of safety and the same level of hip fire every time you do them. All right? Take a kettlebell. I'm going to steal one of these here bells. All right.
It's funky kind of keeping your hands loose.
What's that?
No, it's funky keeping your hands loose.
It is. So for a lot of folks, when they first get into this, they murder grip it. And it's that, you know, and so the quickest way I will usually tell people is as you go overhead, when you get to about your eyeballs, punch through.
Okay, so hands over
Yep,
is
just
good.
punch through, right?
No,
That's technically kind of a bit of a form flaw, but it's not a big deal. All right? So you'll have some folks be like, oh my God, your hand should not be open. And the downside is that if you're not conscious of it, your fingers being open, your hand's going to want to fail over. So curl in.
So this whole thing is like.
Right, so you'll see people like this.
It's like this whole thing stays together, right?
Correct, as a unit. So people will be tickling the sky, and that's really not that big a deal, but if you're not conscientious of it, that tends to lead to this sometimes. All
So
right.
if it's open, it's gotta be,
Right, so
got it.
that's why you sort of wrap your fingers around. You don't need to murder grip it. You really don't need to murder grip it. You need to maintain positive control of your weight. You don't need to squeeze it so tight that you think that the bell is going to choke. Trust me, it won't. I've been trying for years. And they still keep coming back. All right. So as you come off of these, let's go ahead and get to a bigger bell. Now, everybody's
Okay.
are you like, I'm digging the snatch here. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get all the smaller stuff in the middle. Let's get everybody up to your bigger bell because we're going lower body again.
What is one size bigger than these pink guys?
Blue.
Blue.
Okay, put it right on in there. You can go big. In fact, most of you guys can handle stuff from the bottom of the rack.
Oh, go big, big.
Yeah, you can go big, big.
What are we doing?
We're going to be doing some squats.
Oh, you want that?
where you feel you need to be, because
Stay with
most
this
of you
one.
can probably go up a notch on this one. Because most people got more peaches than shoulders.
If you need more, just,
Oh, okay.
it's got a whole collection.
Yeah.
It's got
And it's like
there's a yellow
the freaking kettlebell fortress going on over here. It's like the ring of power.
or the red. Depends on
It's
what
like a
you
home defense system.
That's what I'm
You know,
So watch
some people like landmines. Yep, we're going into your legs. You're gonna be good. She's like, oh yeah, legs. Bro, I'm taking that 40. Let's do this. 40 kilos for the win, baby. What's the biggest we got, right? Pulling the bulldog. All right. That's 88 pounds, right? 40 kilo, 88 pounds. That's the bulldog. It's like, yeah, 2 pood. Soft.
Sticking to
Right.
the blue?
I have that.
That's right. He says you're on your own. Oh, you meant the bell. Gotcha. I thought you said he was your backup. No.
Oh, no.
He's like, no, dude.
I'm neighborly. Not the neighborhood. I'm neighborly.
He's also like guarding an entire rack of dumbbells.
Yellow's open.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into a couple of very, 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 very basic squat and lunging progressions, right? The reason I save these towards the second half, towards the end, is one, to give your shoulders a break, and two, because they're really simple, and most people, as their brain starts to fog a little bit later in the class, this doesn't really make them go so much, right? So it's okay. We've got the snatches and the cleans out of the rack. Those are the hardest things, right? Super hard, right? Amazingly difficult to figure out the basics, right? Yeah, exactly. Right? You can do this. You can absolutely do all these lifts. So we're going to go into a goblet squat. This is a 101 level, basic. You don't even need to do it with kettlebells. You can do it with sandbags, angry toddlers, dumbbells, kilos of drop narcotics, whatever, man. All right? However, whatever makes you happy, you can totally do goblets. So to start off in this, we're right back at the deadlift position. So we're starting back at home base. Not the swing position, deadlift position, right? Standing up over our belt. And since we've learned cleans first, we can know how to do a two-handed clean. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get into that deadlift position, we're going to mount up over the belt, and then as we explosively come up, we just do a two-handed clean. All right? Right here. So let's do a couple more of these. Just like the record. Hold on up. Okay, there you go. Get that bell right up on your chest. See how it's all starting to kind of come together? It's all just the same stuff, different kind of patterns. There you go. Now what you will notice with the comp bells a little bit, they might be difficult to really get them up in there and get those elbows close. That's the one lift that comp bells tend to be a little challenging on sometimes. So the way that you can get around that. You thought I was going to hit myself, didn't you?
Come on, Kimber. Spin.
Let's do it.
You know,
Totally
always say,
doable,
don't
right?
mess up the pretty faces.
I am too pretty to be taken away.
Always
No.
protect the face.
I still want
I, however, am not.
You know, always.
Always.
As I will assure you all, I have never been accused of being too pretty to take a weight to the face. I know quite a few people that would prefer to introduce me to one. So it's totally fine. So let's go ahead and mount up that one bell. Yep, get right here. Get those shoulders packed. Get those elbows underneath, braced in. And from right here, we're going to drop it like it's hot. Get right on down. And then squeeze your glutes, squeeze your glutes. Slow. Find that peach again. I'm bringing it up there. And then kind of hang out at the bottom, acquiesce. Think about life choices, like why you signed up for a kettlebell clinic. And squeeze your butt. Boom! Lock out. Now the quickest way to deload these is not just drop it. Straight here and cheek cover the floor. Nice and easy, right? Simplest freaking lift on the planet. Don't overthink simple things. All right? Nice, easy lift. Which of course means, as you know, I'm going to make it worse. Right? You're like, oh yeah, I saw what that setup was. Saw it coming. So now we're going to have that dead clean that we learned. And we're going to do a rack squat.
I thought it was double.
All right? He's like, I thought we didn't have to do any more cleans. I lied.
I said get a heavier kettlebell.
I did say get a heavy kettlebell because now you know how to do it. Come on, let's do it. You do a goblet or a rack?
A rack. Oh,
Yep, then you only need one hand. All right, jump it and pump it. Yep, lock in, now squat. That's it. Keep those heels down, heels down, heels down. You can do it. Straight on up. Heck yeah. Down. Nice. Stay tight on that rack. Stay tight on your rack. Right here. Stay tight on your rack. Yep. And find your wrist on the open. Just
Either way.
find your hand. There you go. You like this look better? And you don't have to start dead every time. You just hang it around. You just reps from right there. That's totally fine. So you see, we're starting to now put stuff together. It's amazing. It's like weightlifting Lego. It all does, in fact, snap together like bricks. I also promise that if you step on one in the middle of the night, you will hate it as much as you hate a Lego. Possibly more. And more foul words will come out of your mouth. Oh, I guarantee you have not lived until you have kicked a kettlebell in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna live my whole life without doing that.
It's almost as good as like when you miss on a gunslinger swing and you catch your calf.
Ow.
Oh, yeah. I hit myself so hard one time I thought I gave myself a compartment syndrome. Alas, I didn't. Keep that right tight, man. You keep chicken winging.
Okay.
Right here. Hold it.
Elbow forward.
Now, we're going to actually brute force you a little bit to.
Okay.
There you go, right there.
Okay.
Now you notice there's a little bit of counter rotation to these as well.
Is that good or bad?
What's it, the counter rotation?
Yeah, kind
That's-
of like.
Well, you want to fight that, right? So anytime you're dealing with a single-sided movement, you've got a counter rotation so that you don't fall under, right? So that's where that's free abs with purchase, a little bit of free core work, right? So now we've got that, and we found that glutes have been loved. We're going to remind ourselves that we still have quads. All right? And she's like, I saw this coming. Yeah, I heard this over here. I knew that this was coming. All right? And we're just going to go into a racked lunge. Go ahead, take a bell, rack it, and you can even walk them if you like, because it's awesome.
Yeah, like a lunge.
So go ahead, grab a bell. You can take laps if you want, or you can just do them in front of you. But what I want you to do is get a feel for what it feels like going same leg as well as opposite leg. Jim, fold up that back a little more. Thank you, sir. Fold that rack in. There you go. I think you guys have been teaching lunges way too much. Y'all really get it. Nobody banging into the rig. When you're sitting there, there's like, please, please, please do not strangle yourself on a TRX. Say, oh, I hadn't even thought about that. That's a great idea, Mike. Here, where are those straps at? Can I do these standing on a Bosu holding a cat? No! None of the ridiculous stuff you see people doing with kettlebells. You know, it's like, here, I'm going to juggle these while eating a bagel. Why? Why? Let's do it for the gram, man. Yeah, talking about you guys. All right. So as you come on out of these, everybody's like, it's all good. We're going to go ahead and have everybody down a bell size again. Go into your upper body weight bell, and we're going to start a few rowing progressions. These are going to be nice and easy. And by easy, I mean not easy. I'll take two of these and show progression with these in a moment. You doing good?
These wear off, you can still see.
Yeah, so one of the things that you'll notice about the comp bells is that the handles have no paint or coatings on them whatsoever. That's actually rag. So they do get rusty and you do have to sand them down, just like your hands?
You can smell them.
Oh yeah, and you, yeah, metal. I love the smell of napalm. No, that's something totally different. All right, whatever. All right, so we are not going full apocalypse now. We are not there yet. All right, maybe deer hunting. That's even more depressing. My God, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Again, now you all sound like my wife. Okay, cool. As we go into a few rowing progressions, right? One of the first rows that I always show people is a self-braced row, meaning that you are the bench at that point. So as we get into these, you guys can see me? Don't want you feeling you don't have to love? I know how much you like. You're cursing me already. You get the look. You and your shoulders, man. I hate you and your shoulders. All right? So as we set up on this, we're going to set this up on the inside of our toe. Come on back. We're going to go heel to toe and then widen out. We're going to get into that lunge, just bracing out, right? Just bracing out. I'm not going to get real hung up on how far that back leg is or its angle, because that's a comfort tool, right? It's a kickstand. So if I want to come further back, that's totally fine. But this is where I want to be. I want to have that nice, tall, neutral chest. I want to be looking about 2 to 3 feet out in front of me, and I want my chin and spine completely neutral. And take that belt just inside my foot. I'm going to get that 10 and 2 position. And I'm going to get a really good grip right in the middle of the handle, right? No false grips, thumb wraps around, monkey grip, right? Right here, I'm going to pull this belt so that my fingers come to the middle of my rib cage without rocking my chest around. Right back to where it came from. Come right on in, make sure you're bracing, using that good 360 brace, that nice breath. Use your forearms, set your hands, it's going to be easier for you. Pull that hand right back towards the middle of your rib cage. Thumb should be probably around your floating ribs. All right. Now there's 2 schools of thought on this one. One is that you should be bringing your hand all the way back towards your pockets or towards your butt. That's going to get you a little bit more lax. The other is that you're going to be a little higher up, get you a little bit more rhomboid or track. I like to be kind of in that middle, right? So I could be back here, but that's more lax. I like to be fairly neutral, right? Mid-rib cage. What you don't want is up here. You don't want a chicken wing. You want to keep that elbow sliding back, just like we did in the clean. And notice a lot of these sort of kind of go together. A lot of these movement patterns are fairly similar to one another. That's on purpose. Cool. Play with hand positions and things to target differently, different shoulder angles.
Mike,
Ma'am.
could you please show me the right movement for the traps?
Oh, if you want to get a little higher?
Yeah.
Sure. So I'm going to show you that actually on the next one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So if we want to work a little higher up, we're going to do a bent over row without the self brace. The way I set these up, and this is one of those ones where I want you to pay attention so you do not hurt your back. Turn this way since you had the question.
Okay, fine.
All right. You got it on? Got the right angle? Somebody good side?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with this toe right at the bell. We'll start with one bell, and you can totally do this with doubles just as well. Dumbbells work too. Dumbbells are actually harder for this because you got to go lower. Right? Nice thing about the kettlebell, especially comp bell, they sit up a little higher. Good cheat if you're using a smaller bell, sit on top of a yoga ball. Or a yoga block. Not a yoga ball, that'd be a show. Put it on top of a yoga block, or even a big bumper plate. Works fine. Okay, just, chunk of wood, 4x4s, just anything to get it up off the ground a couple inches. So from right here, I'm going to hinge back out, right? I'm going to get my chest, nice and parallel with the floor, now load it up in my hands. Go ahead, get my hand. All I'm going to do is extend just a little bit. You see how the belt floats out over my toes? To deload, I would do that. Right here. Now it's floating. At this point, you don't want to drop it. Okay, trust me. To get a little bit higher up in that row, you then pull that belt closer up. Still sliding that shoulder back, but you're going to want your hand here, almost like in that same position you had on the clean. You're going to get more rhomboid and track. Okay, go ahead and give that a shot. Is that exactly what you were looking for?
Yes.
Perfect.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. I think his pile's growing. You good, dude? Cool. Yeah? You feel how this one hits just a little different now?
Yep.
Nice. Do it. Do it. Do it. You got this. Nice. All right. Go ahead, switch sides if you like. And if you really want to have a little fun, try doubles. So you can absolutely try doubles. And so with the doubles, I would tend to say, have the two bells pointed straight forward. It makes it just easier for the grip when you load. Touch your toes, nice and narrow, from right here, brace in, and just stand. And then, all right, you can even alternate them or seesaw. How you progress these is entirely up to you. For all the coaches, I am now arming you up to torment people. It'll be great. All right. As we move into this, or out of these, we're going to now go into pressing progression, which is kind of our last block of movement. So go into your upper body lighter bell. I swear you're going to not want the biggest bell you've got on this part. Everybody's been working. You're all probably a little bit gassed. Everybody's going to find parts of your shoulders that you forgot about. All right, just like, what's littler? She's giving me the look. I'm totally getting the look. All right. Your fortress can shrink. You good?
In there.
Jim, all of your kettlebells, we found them. All of them. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the most rudimentary overhead press, which is just a rack to overhead press. So I'm going to safely get one bell. Come down here, share some love. Get some love at the back of the house. All right? Like, I hate shoulders. Good, you're going to really hit them now. This is going to be great. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get one bell into the rack. From right here, we're just going to trace your jawline. So you're going to take your thumb, you basically trace your jawline until you're out towards your ear. And at the top, I should see your palm. Lead with your elbow. The elbow is your navigational compass. So it's right? Gotta make the Steve Austin noise. Yeah, I know, I'm really old.
Yeah, only a few of us are getting that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I saw everybody under 40 just stare at me. Alright, go straight on around. Remember, when you get into that lockout, you want to go ahead, engage down the side, get those lats engaged, pull that shoulder into place, keep the serratus turned on, all the goodness, right? It's subtle. And then pull it back in. Push it back up. And pull it back down. Told you, dry hands, right? It's always the hands. And pull it back in. Let's get a few on each side. This is why we work on that rack position so much during cleans, because that rack position is like home base. That's why we teach it earlier. That's why within the system, racks and cleans are early learning, because that rack is where you live. This is home. I feel safe in the rack. Nothing bad can hurt me other than the belt that's on my chest. It's totally fine. All right. There you go. Owning that rack position. All right. Now is when we make it more fun. If for whatever reason you did not feel you had good stability in your shoulders, or that your grip strength and forearms had been somehow neglected, and you did not eat your spinach and feel like Popeye. Did you get that one? No, not even.
I did.
All right. I got a couple of you. All right. I found my Gen Xers. We're good, man. All right. So, maybe the older millennials. After that, I'm probably lost. All right. My kids, all Gen Z, man. Popeye jokes. Who the hell's Popeye, Dad? All right. Cool. Right. All right. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and we'll bring our belt into a bottoms-up position. You're like, oh my God, this sounds terrible. Yes, it is. It's great. So, as you load your bell, you're going to kick it back. And for safety, you're going to guide it into that bottoms-up position. Okay? So be safe how you load. Okay? I want you to keep your safety brake on until I tell you not to. Now from here, we're going to take the safeties off and see how many people kiss their wrists with a kettlebell. Now, right about now, you should be feeling a little bit different in that shoulder, eh? And now we're going to go Jersey Shore.
Oh my God.
And as you go up, I want you to see your elbow in the eye, right? Just look, don't go fully overhead.
Oh, okay.
Go, come on, Paulie D. Beat up the beat. And you will probably have to reload a couple of times. Yep, just like that. Yep, yep, just like that. You probably want a lighter belt for that. There you go. You might be overachieving.
You certainly see where you're weak, right?
Yep.
No, it's too much for my shoulder. Can I use this? Oh, yeah. Is that okay?
Yep, that's why I was saying, if you're not using it, put it back in the pit. Somebody's going to want it. You just don't know who yet. Yep. And you're going to get that bell just to right here. Do not take it straight overhead. Just bring it back into the rack and right up. Again, now you see why that safety hand comes in place, right? You want to keep that hand like always just like, boom. Do not do this with doubles until you're really sure.
Oh. How can you do that with bubbles?
Sort of like that.
Oh, sugar. Yeah.
Those are a little big. 16s are pretty heavy for doubles on that. All right?
No.
You got it? Yep. All right. Now we're going to have a little more fun with this. And we're going to work on all sorts of movement stabilization now that everybody's getting tired. We're going to take that one bell. This side of the house, face the front of the building. This side of the house, face the back. You guys face this direction. You guys face that way. You know, there's a term in the Army called OFP. You know what that means? Own effing program. All right, so from right here, we're going to have a love train.
Walking
Let's
in a
go.
circle.
Let's find your stability. Come on, you got it. You got it. I'm in a good mood, so every time you drop it, it does not mean a burpee.
What is the elbow?
Your elbow?
Nice?
Yep. As high as you can safely manage. If you need to rack it to brace, that's fine. If you need to throw your safety base up, that's totally fine also. Come on, fit body, join on in. Join that love train.
Watch out for next week's.
Yeah. It's like Fort Nick over here. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm not going to tell the coaches that you could absolutely, every time somebody drops a bell doing this, to do a burpee. Because I would never put such an evil idea into the universe when there's trainers in the room. But I just saw a couple of faces light up going, oh, I know what's going in next week's programming. Wendy's over there, she's like, she's taking notes. All right. And she's like, I got that. All right. So, when we have a little bit of fun with those guys, we work on stability. As we advance in these, we have one last little 1 minute piece of goodness for you. As a final going away drill, I'm going to pull out the stopwatch again, and we're going to have another minute of goodness. So everybody go ahead, now that you know we're going with bottom-up presses, and get your belt ready. And all I'm going to be doing is calling out low, mid, and high, which is basically chin, eyeballs, forehead. So everybody get a bell. This will be fun. Yeah, it looks like this. Everybody's like, nope, not doing it.
This is how we
We all get a bell? Let's rack up. Let's go. Come on. You can do this. This will be great. All right. So everybody braced in? All right. Hold. Timer's running. Eyeballs. Rack. Forehead. Eyeballs. Forehead. Eyeballs. Forehead, eyeballs. Rack. Forehead. Eyeballs. Eyeballs. Forehead. Eyeballs. Forehead. Happy loves you. I am now deliberately screwing with you guys. Forehead. Eyeballs. Forehead. Rack. Eyeballs. Forehead. Rack. Forehead.
That's way over a minute.
Is this?
It is in fact not.
Left arm is so much weaker.
Mine's
so bad.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead, pull these up. We're going to do just a little bit of send-off circuit here because we got 7 more minutes of happiness. We started at 45. Jim's like, no, we do not. I can't read that board. Alright, so everybody go ahead. Grab a mid-sized bell. I'm going to show you how we're going to start stitching this stuff together. Wendy's like, yeah! Yeah, check out the boss. There she goes. Yep.
Try the other arm.
Yeah, now do it with your less favorite
Say
arm.
it's my one arm that I just couldn't. Your
All right.
My left arm I couldn't.
So let's run through just a little teeny bit of a circuit because who wouldn't be in a boot camp facility of not having the circuit to finish the whole thing out, right? I mean, know where you're at, right? Read the room. All right, so everybody square up. Let's start off. Let's get 10 goblet squats. Let's go. Focus on your form. Stay safe. Otherwise, Happy's coming home with you. I don't want to ever see you come up googly eyes again. As you finish out with 10 of these, you can go into 10 self-praised rows on each arm. So we're going to start to put these things all together, put them into motion, show you what a little teeny baby workout could look like. She's like, yeah. She's like, this is 2 hours. Yeah, that's what 2 hours feels like.
How many?
10 on each side. And as you finish those out, we'll go right back to the very beginning and do 10 two-handed kettlebell swings. When you get good and sweaty, pull that elbow straight back. Snap hard. Snap hard. Snap hard. Snap hard. Nice. Remember, we're still keeping our intensity on those swings. Boom! There you go. Snap. Oh! Love it! That's what I'm talking about. And then as you finish those guys out, on each side, it will be 10 clean to overhead press. On each side. is that a happy? After your 10 swings, it's 10 clean to overhead presses. Put it all together. And make sure you stop at the rack and then overhead press.
Oh.
Strict presses. Make sure you use your butt, not your back. You start putting everything together. Move, come on now. Elbow draw. There you go. Elbow draw. There you go. Get a little bit scoop. Let your legs do most of the work. There you go. If you let your hips do most of the work, bump it right up in there. It'll click. All right. And as you finish those out, let's get your bells in the center. We'll start to pull down in a very deliberate and safe way. Because that is how we're rolling out of here. All right? So as you put that in there, when I'm ready, go ahead and get your legs as wide as you possibly can. And cool on down, breathe through, and as you come forward, put your chest up, push those arms straight on out. Find all sorts of pieces of your mid-back that you forgot about. And I swear you didn't forget about them, because you're like getting some of the looks. I'm still doing these, these are awesome.
I have 2 more. Why am I so
Slowly
slow?
walk on over to one side,
You're not
put
slow.
your nose
You're
down
fine.
towards your knee, pull on it. It's all right. We won't forget about you. We're still here. You started like a team, we'll finish like one. It's all good. Walk it on over to the other side. Pull the legs straight. Do not pass out. Man, I'm seeing some solid mobility over here. Seeing some forearms all the way down. Seeing some full
They've been
layouts.
working on
Very
it.
nice. As you slowly come up standing so that you do not pass out from the head rub, unless that's your thing, in which case I'm not going to judge. Using a pole, a wall, a buddy, or yourself if you need for balance, go ahead, grab your foot, and slide it on back. Now what I don't want you doing with this quad stretch is grabbing the hell out of your foot and torquing, but you drive that heel more backwards, right? There you go. Quick way to prevent is to grab your shin. Yep, absolutely use balance. See, you can actually also do the Sweet Caroline. Sweet legs. The biggest thing is drive that heel backwards. Do not pee on fire hydrants. There are no puppies in the gym. As you recover, once you hit, put one hand on your opposite hip. Take your other hand and come straight over the top like you absolutely love feeling your side. Right? I always get that sort of the end of it, right? Come on up over. Roll on through. There you go. There. There you go. How's your knee? All right? All right. And as you come across, I want you to get into an arm bar. And as you get into that arm bar, what you want to concentrate on doing is pushing that shoulder down and deflecting that shoulder blade down, just like when we packed. That exact same movement, right? We're working the same thing for the release. Hold that for 10 or 15 seconds, and then switch hands.
I never knew that.
And slowly recover. All right, everybody. Hell yeah. All right. Everybody on Instagram, thank you so much for watching. I am Mike from LivingFit. We are at Fit Body Boot Camp in North Bethesda. If you want to come here and throw Wendy and Jim a follow, it's FBBC North Bethesda. It'll be fan-freaking-tastic. If you are looking to follow me because you haven't had just enough of this, I am at That Guy the Trainer. I am real easy to find. This is LivingFit. We'll probably post this up once my buddy Tommy, who's our podcast manager, actually goes ahead and edits it up and does all sorts of things. We are all famous. These guys are all awesome. Thanks so much for watching. If you need help, contact your local trainer.